Hi, this is Lee Phillips. I'm an attorney. Actually, I'm a counselor to the United States Supreme Court. I want to talk about trusts for 2 seconds. Actually, I want to talk about when you're moving property into the trust. And you have your living revocable trust, and most people screw it up because the attorney never bothers to tell them that the property has to be owned by the trust. The bank account has to be owned by the trust. The car has to be owned by the trust. Checking account, the brokerage account, all this stuff, anything you sign your name for needs to be owned by your trust if you're going to avoid probate. How do you get the trust to own property? Well, there's a different scenario for each one of these assets, but let me just talk generally for 2 seconds. And I just got this case yesterday in my office. I actually get 3 or 4 of these a year. The attorney, the title company, whoever, you, have tried to move property from you into the trust. Whenever you are taking title in the name of the trust, whether that's a piece of property, whether it's the signature card at the bank on the checking account, whether it's a safe deposit box, whatever it is, there are 3 pieces to your trust name. First of all, you have to have the trust name. And you've named it the Ugly Light Trust or the something trust. In the old days, we used to use the name, the John and Mary Smith Trust. Today we don't do that. We usually make up a name. It's a fictitious name, the Aloha Trust. And that gives you a little bit of anonymity. But there's always a name to the trust. So the trust has a name. But the trust also has a date, the date that it was signed on. And I've got to have that date. If I don't have the date, you're screwed. Because you can go out and you can make a second Aloha Trust. Different date, different terms, different things. And so it's got the name of the trust, the date of the trust, and it also has to have the trustee. Technically, title is held in the name of the trustee. So I've got to have all 3 of those pieces. And I inevitably, the deed I looked at yesterday did not have the date of the trust, had the name of the trust and the trustee. Or it will have the name of the trust and the date of the trust and not the trustee. If I don't have all 3, I don't have a good title. It just isn't going to work. I don't have a good signature card because it's that specific trust on that day with that trustee. So you've got to remember all 3 things whenever you're taking title in the name of your living revocable trust or your insurance trust or whatever other type of trust it is. Got to have those 3 elements.